Dolores was just telling us that you completed like the first section, the gap course, which is really cool. How are you feeling
Yeah,
about that?
I'm feeling like I have done something so far. I'm feeling like that I'm improving. I've improved a
Awesome.
lot from first day till now. So I've learned so many words, and yes, with the help of speaking clubs, I can see that I'm able to speak right now. So yeah.
That's awesome. Overall, in the last 2 months, what has been the most helpful for you, I guess? What has been, yeah, what have you enjoyed?
I think all the platforms which you have provided me, all of them are very useful. On
Mhm.
Due Chinese, like when I started this course before that, I wasn't able to like catch the words quickly. I used to like listen that, and then I used to, like, okay, what they're saying. Okay, I have to listen again. Now when I hear, my mind start translating that thing like by its own. I don't have to like
Wow.
stop and then again play. Twice I do, but not more than twice. Even
Wow.
I started playing that paragraphs on like more speed. I have increased the speed from 1.5, 0.5 to 1.5. So it's like that.
Wow.
And Quizlet is helpful for me, not just the flashcards, but also we have like learn section, math section in that. So I try like doing the learn section in that. I type the characters and everything. It helps me in recognizing those characters. And
Oh,
what all? Yeah, grammar exercise. Grammar exercise is very helpful for me because the when I translate those sentences, I'm like, I feel I feel like I know the whole Chinese. I feel so proud of myself of just translating those sentences even if it's wrong. When it's checked by the teachers, by Dolores Laoshi and Vixwan, after that I get to know that, okay, I'm having some mistake in that, but like I'm able to translate those sentences. And
wow.
speaking shadowing, in that, what I found really helpful is that we get the chance, like I have done the HSK, I have followed the HSK level, and that
Hmm.
they just teach us what's there in the books. We don't get to use our own mind.
Hmm.
So in shadowing, we use our own mind. Like if I want to say something like this in Chinese, how I'm gonna say. So I write that down on um, those charts which you gave me. So it's very helpful in that way.
Wow. Like lots of improvements in terms of how you're learning even. Just like
Yeah.
just to know the difference of like where were you before, I guess, learning with Xiaogua Chinese. Could you like elaborate a bit on that? What were you doing before and what kind of results were you getting like or where were you stuck before you started learning with us?
Before I started learning with you, I only had access to the books, like
Mm,
HSK1 book and HSK2 book. And in India, we have like these kind of books. In India, we are taught this kind of books, which is
mm,
different from the HSK book, but it is having same as HSK syllabus. So I had only that much access to this thing. I used to use Pew Chinese. Through that, I practiced a lot of sentences and learned a lot of sentences and words from there. That's it. I only use these things before starting this course.
mm. And what was missing? Like the main thing you think?
The thing which was missing was that I was unable to like catch the words. I had to like think so much. Now when I hear in one-on-one class Laoshu, I hear that I do speak that sentence again, but not as much as before in English.
Yeah.
Like you said something like, "What is your name?" I used to say like, "What Shanma is Shru name means." I used to do this. I used to
Mm,
follow this pattern. But now I just okay. What is your name? Yeah, Nicha Shanma means that start coming in my mind quickly. Now they have started like the last Jefe Lausch told us in that video that we have to like in shadow boxing, we have to repeat the sentences as much as possible so it start feeding in your mind. So I try to follow that pattern when I learn anything in grammar exercise, in speaking shadowing. I read that as much as possible So it started fading in my mind. Even today, when I was having one class, a one-on-one class with Dolores Lauscher, I repeated one sentence which I learned in my first class.
Nice.
请你把手机关了. Like, can you turn off your phone? She was like, oh, you remember that sentence? Because I repeated that so many times. So this, yeah, that
So
was
you're even
insane.
wonderful. So you're even like retaining what you had started learning 2 months ago.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, I'm super happy to hear. On like a concrete side, I'm super curious. What's one thing that you've noticed that you can do now that you couldn't do before? You think? I know you're not living in China, so maybe you don't get to use it so much in daily life, but maybe something that you can say now that you couldn't say before, or something that you've noticed that you can do.
Something which I can do now is when I read those sentences on Due Chinese, the exercises which is given to me, the chapters. When I read those sentences, I already know like many words out of that because of Quizlet, which I didn't know. I think I have learned so many words in this course, in this 2 months course. I didn't knew many words before this. I only knew like 300 words, and now I can see that I know many. So this is the change which I can see. Yeah.
Wow. Fantastic. Is there anything that we've done that's positively surprised you? Like something you're like, wow, didn't expect that. Yeah.
When I started this course, there was this recommendation chart given to me for doing my speaking shadowing exercise. In that, everything was written in that Hanzi in characters. So it was like Vex one Dolores Losh to give me one link that you can copy that and then translate that by yourself. So it was like, oh, I have to do a lot of work. That started coming in my mind. But when I saw next time, everything was translated there. Like everything was written in pinyin with characters. So I was so surprised, like, okay, I just said, and everything is there for the next time for my health. So I was very surprised at that time.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think because there were a couple of students that wanted that, like more opinion rather than Hansa.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad that we've been able to help you with that. What were you, just to go backwards a little bit, like what were you maybe skeptical about, or were you worried about anything before starting?
I was worried about that. Will I be able to ever recognize all the characters? Will I be able to like read the Chinese in my life or not? But I can read now, and that's very surprising for me. Like I can which words I have learned so far, I can read. If you'll give me something, I can read those characters very easily right now. So that is the change for me. Though I'm learning many words, though I do keep forgetting many characters, but I know many. I can read. Yeah.
Wow. That's even like a side effect that I wasn't surprised. I wasn't ready for. I thought you would mainly focus on listening and speaking, but reading, that's fantastic too.
I do write everything. Like it's if you give me grammar exercise, I write that down in my notebook. I write down a shadow book. First, I type everything, the homework which is given to me. Then I write again in my notebooks. I have almost like 4 to 5 notebooks kept for everything, like grammar exercise, shadow boxing, everything. So I keep writing so that I'm able to like recognize those characters. More I write, more it will become easier for me to recognize. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so you're really spending the time. Many hours per week would you say you're dedicating right now?
Every day I try to dedicate at least 3 hours.
Okay. So you're going very intensely, but fantastic. That's why you're making so much progress as well. Cool. So what would you tell someone, for example, that's like considering maybe joining, that might be a bit hesitant? What would you tell that person?
If they want to join this course?
Yeah, but they weren't sure, like you had similarly to how you were hesitant.
I have told like 4 friends of mine about this course. When I started this course on the very first day, that this is how they're gonna teach me. They'll be providing me all these courses, and even got 2 of them ready for this, but they're working. So that's why it was like impossible for them to like put some efforts and spend that much of time which is needed for learning this course. So I told them that they're going to provide me speaking shadowing exercises. And first thing which I thought is important for learning Chinese, which Jeffrey Laoshi told is not important, that the more you speak with the native speakers, it becomes like easier for you to recognize or to learn that language. But Jeffrey Laoshi told me, no, that's not the case. That's not the case. But you're giving this opportunity to us by speaking in speaking clubs. So that was very exciting. Excited. I was very excited for that thing. So I told them that we have this kind of, we'll get the chance to speak and have one-on-one classes, and like you will provide everything before the class, grammar exercise and everything, so that I can go through everything, which is not the case everywhere. We get to like learn in the class only. So it's like we get the chance to revise twice, before the class and on the day of the class. So I told them all these things, and they were like, "Oh wow, you have joined such a great course. You're gonna learn, definitely gonna learn in 8 months." I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure of it as well, because you're going super fast. Yeah, so your aim is to graduate, we could say, or reach the conversational fluency, 4,000 words in 8 months. You're down 2 already, and yeah, learning super fast. So very confident of it. Yeah. The last thing was, because you said that you thought it was good to like just practice with native speakers. Of course, we know that native speakers don't even have time if you find one on the streets. So what was that realization that you had, like specifically? What changed in your mind about the learning way of learning, I guess?
I still think that it's very important to have conversation with the native speakers, because but through speaking clubs, I felt that if I'll have the conversation with non-native speakers also, it will help me as well, because all of them who all are in that club, in that class, they come and speak. Sometimes they do speak wrong, so it's like I just keep wondering, okay, what does it mean? Okay, if we have the conversation with the native speakers, then you know that they're gonna speak right. They're not gonna speak wrong. So you don't have that kind of fear in your mind, but it becomes easier if you have conversation with the native speaker. But with non-native speakers who all are learning, it becomes little difficult to have like proper kind of conversation with them. So that thought didn't got changed yet in my mind.
Yeah, gotcha. And totally agree. Like, it's important to practice, important to get native input. But the main key is to like not be afraid and really just like try as much as possible, and like we keep improving even 1% every time.